And good morning, boys and girls. Just came back from church. Also, earlier this morning, I did cooking. I wish I taped it, but like I said, I'm still having a little trouble with my left hand. I can raise it above my head, but I talked to a neighbor who's also a trauma nurse not to push it. And he said, don't do any more katas or martial arts because he's seen me slam myself on the hot concrete. He said that's not good for a person who has a fall risk factor. Also, he's seen me bust about 3 cinder blocks, and he put some stuff on my wounds to prevent sepsis. I gotta remember to wear a glove when I'm bust up cinder blocks. Yes, Uncle Alan might not move as fast, but if you're within 3 feet, like Steve says, you're going to hurt. Watch Corsair's trainers, because Uncle Alan isn't a fighter. He's a thug, an old school survivalist slash thug. I don't play fair. I'm going to do a lot of body damage. Now, Hubble's cat was talking about using 2 knives. Okay, that's a espada or a screamer. You have to be really careful. If you go up against a Latin guy or a Filipino guy who knows what he's doing, you bought the farm. Okay? Because A, you don't know what pain is until you lose the use of your left hand. Or your right hand is now look like dog poop and dangling from a few tendons. Those guys are fast. They do it every day. I've seen those guys. I know one old instructor, Sifu, that Bruce Lee made fun of, and he told, I got 2 kung fu daggers. What are you going to do? At the time, the guy was like 60, 65, and was married to a nice Filipino slash Chinese lady who was about 18. They had 4 kids, and he said, okay, come for me. And he had 3 eskrima sticks. Do you know what Bruce Lee looked like afterwards? Knives are in his collection by his sons. Him, Bruce Lee, was on the ground, butt sticking up in the air, wondering what the hell hit me. And was this little old Asian guy who's been doing this since World War II, who fought Japanese, Moros, you name it. This guy was good. And he's always faced knives and machetes. You do not go after old people who have the knowledge, and also old people who date younger women than them. It's like, I couldn't believe he had 4 kids. Hi, I'm Dino. Yeah, Uncle Alan met a lot of interesting people. Yeah. Hi, Ontario Pepper. Yeah, now, I used to give out this handout on turning your old fishing vest into a survival vest. It says, do you have an old fishing vest hanging in the closet? Yes, a lot of us do. With some prepping or survival gear lying around, combine them to a ready action outfit. Just fill the main items in the pockets of the vest. Put the vest in a small grab bag. You hide it in your truck, you hide it at work, you hide it at school or locker. And basically, it's a compass, a real compass, not those, a folding map paper. We're not digital in these days. A waterproof case or a match case or a Bic or a Zippo. I prefer Zippos because I seen somebody lose this groin area testicles because um, a Bic kind of malfunctioned and it blew it, his manhood away. An old-fashioned pocket knife. Nothing big. I don't get out my drawer. This is what happens when you get old to get things. Just a simple pocket knife, not that thick, not too many blades. Easy. Big thing is notebook and pencils. Forget about pens, they leak. And pencils you could shave to make a sharpened point or take down notes. Make sure the note paper is waterproof. Nice thing about those shavings is cedar, it will catch on fire. The trick you have to learn. A watch, wind up, which is either pocket or wristwatch. It has to be wind up in case EMP or something goes wrong with the battery. Bandana or handkerchief. I wear a bandana, but I also wear like shima. Wayne could tell you about that. That's really handy. Um, on a lighting source or fire source, I prefer taking a candle, a non-melty type. If your pockets are still empty, what other items can you fill it? It must not duplicate, okay, your bug out bag or everyday carry. This is when, the little tins, they don't help because you weren't trained and you're not that quick. First is wasteland prepping. Can't wait to see the camping trip. That's pretty good. Just in time prepping with Will on Wednesday and Saturday. We got a good one on Monday. I'm going to try again on Hangouts, but lately between Will and me, we're having serious problem with our Hangouts. Inspired John, Wes S. I trust Wes. He knows this countryside is Texas. Small town Southern Prepper. Yeah, you live in a small town. I've seen your garden, pantries. It looks good. Now, let's see. DUI solar. No, I'm going back to the old diabetes diet because I tried keto and that came out worse than the vegan diet. Cure deal survival. Also, my doctor, nutritionist, dietitian, Dr. Kim, she's really mad at me. Killdeer survival. Chris McBee. I know, hospitals. Revolting Man, very good live stream with West. Native Tears. Savage Survival. Between Savage and me, when we hear things or things pop up in our heads, we both get nightmares. And Savage is now having kids. I hope everything is cool. I hope you're doing meditation and some Tai Chi that clear your mind and focus on your family. Uncle Alan still has those raging nightmares at night, so I don't like nobody around me. Corsair trainers. A lot of people don't understand how the Marines got the term leatherneck. They wore a heavy leather collar backed by steel because they were fighting the Moros. They also had big, heavy cuffs that fit over the wrist so it won't get slit. And these guys fought Moros against a balion and a dagger, Chris dagger. Both-handed. The guy has hemp rope tied around his waist. It's a little hard poking him with a bayonet while it bounces off, and he's coming at you with both hands armed. That's why they used to call them leathernecks. You learn things like that, boys. Ask Steve. Okay, LS. Sorry, I'm doing all this. I'm better at camping and outdoor stuff and prepping than a lot of the next thing I'm going to review in a few minutes. Okay, if you want to save weight and time and space, I would get a nice travel bike, get some panniers, see right there? Whatever fits in your pack right now will fit in there. You gain twice the area ground than walking on foot. Plus you build up thigh muscles, which you need during STSF. That's for wasteland prepping, because I know Scotland. That's one of the places I like to retire to, but there's no money and a lot of people eat fatty foods. If I had money, I would retire there. It's very nice. I know some places where Uncle Alan's ghost or ghosty because it has a lean line and a castle I really like. A lot of you kids don't understand what Uncle Alan's talking about. That's fine. Uncle Alan maybe have 5 years to a year to live, but he's going to be in comfort. While the rest of you are like, what does our neighbor taste like? Okay, West Wind Survival. Thank you, Wayne, for all your concern. I've stopped doing my katas. I'm too old. It hurts too much. When I was like 20 or your age, I could do it even with back injuries. But now I can't do it. Every time I get off the hot concrete with the jump move, it hurts. Okay, inside freedom. Yay, horses. Grizzly Taco, take your time. Enjoy your vacation away from YouTube. Remember, family first. Dad on YouTube, you're doing a lot better. Remember, family first. And if you want to learn some really hard katas, I have an outside concrete pad that's about 103 degrees in the daytime. You know, not blue spongy mats, and you're not using fighting out for a gi. You're going to fight in street clothes, and I'm going to body slam you. Now, that's going to hurt a bit, but you can't attack me because I'm teaching you how to fall. And once you regain consciousness and tend to get up, you have about less than 10 seconds to counter a move. It's going to be really bad and you can't grapple it because a lot of people don't understand what Uncle Alan's doing. And you got to take Savati classes. That's kicking classes. And you can't do it. You have to do a roundhouse kick or a side kick or a full thrust kick. You cannot do karate moves. They will always feel, and you're going to feel horrible pain while they reach up with the claw, and you're going to speak Spanish really high, or you're going to speak French really high. Now, a lot of people look at me like, how do you know all these moves? Because I cheat. I don't play fair. If I have to, I will cripple somebody fairly good. I don't play fair. I know why Steve wears the cheater so he doesn't get his eyeballs gouged out. I'm getting too old for this crap. I was supposed to be sitting by the pool watching the young ladies go by or flirting with a more mature woman, and she's picking up my tab for dinner instead of cooking, cleaning, sewing for my crazy family. Now, my funds are drained, so in the next few months before I turn over 60, I got to figure out how to make $5,000 a day. I did it before. I did it once again. I got to do this time legally, not illegally, Steve. I'm getting too old for that bullshit. Sorry for about the cursing. Jeff Nolte, Kentucky Survival. Michael Sign. Hey, Michael, you're doing good out in Chicago. Get the hell out of Chicago. Keyboard, Great Man Survival. Matt's Prepping and Survival. Love his rants, love his channel. Mad Dog Survival, good. JJR Survival. I think 3D Tripper needs to watch your channel because she has a problem with coyote. I can't talk about it because I live in California and they do not like the way how Uncle Alan handles coyotes by trapping. That went out back in the 70s and really disgusting. Of course, the ghost coyote dog keeps talking to me, and I like eating coyote flesh. It's not that bad. I seen the first 2 episodes alone, new season. That was funny as hell. You know, a lot of these survivalists goes up into one of the worst places of the world, and they say, we're going to roast little animals over the fire. Excuse me. Unlike the last survivalist before them, who was native to really bitter Arctic conditions, these jokers, let me put this up, these jokers did not have a kettle, a cook pot, or a frying pan. None of them. That's the world's biggest mistake if you're in that kind of condition. The big kettle you use for boiling water. Second kettle you use for cooking. Okay, that's 2 items. If it has a lid, you can use it as a frying pan. But a lot of people don't pay attention. Now I tell Prep for It and Wasteland Wasteland prepping to watch alone the 8th season because they made a lot of mistakes that Uncle Alan would kick their. Okay? On muskrat, you never leave the tail on. Okay? When you're gutting and skinning muskrat, you have to be very careful. It's full of parasites. So you have to boil it in rolling boil water. That's a small cook pot for you. Then you singe it. You do not go, oh boy, muskrat wings. No, that's, oh boy, I'm vomiting because I got parasites. You have to cook everything through in a rolling boil. You drink the broth first. Make sure you take off the scum on top. You drink the broth first for the first 5 hours. Then you eat the meat. And after you take it out of the pot, you singe it again. You don't wolf down stuff that you don't know how to process or cook. Now, if they did that while I was around, they would get a paratrooper boot up their butt. You don't do things like that. Okay, kids, I went too long again, and I'll probably do another video after this later because the last review, everybody gets confused and they were wondering, I don't understand, Uncle Alan. Fine, I will try to explain it in 5 minutes or less because I have to draw pictures, which it gets really bad. I'll catch you kids later. This is your old pal, Uncle Al. Sorry it took so long.